So you can get me one with stationary. There you go.
It's been a while. It's been a real while. Nua keeps taking the goddamn RPG role. I never get to play.
Oh, I know. He's
Wait,
fucking good with it.
You're an RPG dude? I thought you would use RPG a lot. Alright, let's take
Only times I do get to use RPGs when Nua dies and I pick it up.
Hi boys, we starting now.
Alright.
Hello. Not sure how many are watching now, but I will post this up later on.
I think there's like 3 people watching.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we'll post it later on.
What are we supposed to do?
I'm here with AdriaN, also highlight him, and also a friend here.
You really want robot.
So we're gonna just start off hang around here. You guys have questions, post them in the chat.
You're breaking up on my end, cool. Lemmy, I can't hear you.
I think it's because he's streaming. The streaming like taking the internet.
Can you hear me, Adrian?
Oh, I can hear him. I think if I watch the stream, I can hear him better.
Right, okay. So yeah, since at the start there's not going to be so many guys here, AdriaN has been quite strong for a long time as well, so I have questions himself. There's questions that he can ask after.
Charlie is down.
Oh yeah, he's sorry.
Trying to turn up
So
the
Adrian,
volume.
you got any questions to start with?
Let me see here. Well, let's see. What do you guys think about the
Turn the mic up.
Australian? What's up? I'll just continue my question. What do you guys think about the Australians and Arvin getting the M16? M16A1 for the Grunt and Rifleman role in the mid-war campaign.
Bro, pilot questions only.
Oh, pilot question. Oh, my bad.
Sorry guys, there was a
What's up again?
mistake. I had to speak accidentally turned off. I'm gonna have to lean in a bit to get out because I checked everything. My volume. Yeah, so you got any pilot-related questions?
Yeah. So one is how do you slow down mid-flight?
How do you slow down? Okay. So I'm gonna respawn and take top for myself.
Do you want the lounge?
So there's basically I don't know which chopper do you want me to demonstrate?
Mainly the Cobra.
All right, so the Cobra is it's basically the heaviest handling. It's actually the same weight as the Huey, but the way it's built, it's very sensitive to your collective. So I actually talked about this one we did you want this basically you need to, before you slow down, you need to dump your collective all the way to 0. You want to like at 180. So let me just accelerate this. And the reason is when you have your collective up, your RPM is really sensitive to you dump it all the way down, then for like add it turn to it, you're instantly down to 0 speed and don't lose any of the RPM that you have.
Red says it's hard to hear what you're saying, Kalami.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard here. Wait,
Volume's too low.
is the video aspect ratio like here? The video is showing
I can't exactly hear you because you're breaking up on Discord.
So,
is yeah, because on Discord you hear me instantly on the live stream, you know. Anyone in the chat, can you hear me properly, or is it still too low?
ah,
And by the way, this is the first time I do this format, so it's kind of gonna be as smooth as I want it to be. So bear with me.
it's very hard to hear you, man.
That's probably the best. I'm still waiting for someone to comment.
Hey, we're all good here.
Oh, there's Charlie.
Oh, I didn't even try to shoot back. I was just looking at you.
Okay, I need to turn the Facebook. Should be better now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, back to your question. To slow down, I think it's better if I demonstrate. I'm guessing you mean like how to slow down really quickly, right?
No
So
problem.
best way
Yeah.
is like you dump your collective all the way down, and then you back the turn with it, and then when you're not moving anymore, then you pick up the collective. Kind of like to full collective or 3 blocks is both good. Depending on how much you want to speed up again, but never keep your collective while you are still on the slowing down side. So you don't want to put your rotor on the opposite direction of your movement. So as long as you keep your collective low, you can go as fast as you can. You can slow down in an instant almost. So now I'm accelerating to almost full speed again. Dump collective, back around. You see the RPM is actually increasing, so and I can pick up speed really quickly because I have the RPM potential still fully restored. Charlie is in the house.
Oh.
No problem.
I feel bad already. Okay, so I don't see any more questions. I've got a few I've been asking for. One one of the most popular ones is how do you do a circle straight? I call it orbit. So basically, it's what it does is you circle around the target area and basically keep shooting at it. Dump all your ammo. Example, the shot
God
So you
damn.
can keep the momentum in the circle without losing, without the aircraft kind of like backing out, throw you out of the orbit. So the key to do that is, you see in the instruments, there's this little ball that bounces around. And actually, when you are in the orbit, you are not moving sideways vertically.
Rocket coming.
Where's Charlie?
He's going towards the house.
How is that miss? Oh,
So, in a way, you are actually moving backwards and sideways. So my tail is not um, perpendicular, like at 90 degrees to the point I'm circling. It's a little bit offset to the other. Like if I'm rotating left or clockwise like this, I'm actually having the reticle a little bit offset to the right in order to maintain this. And the radius of your orbit is dependent upon how much collective you apply. So if I want a really wide orbit and circle around the target far away, then your collective is below, so it's about half or 1 block even. And my rudder or yaw pedals are constantly pushed to the right. I never push left. If I push left, it would throw me out of this. Pretty quick. Oh, okay, engine damage. There's another question. How do you auto rotate? Thank you, Adrian. It's simple. Just dump all your collective and let the bird go down naturally. And before you touch down, increase the collective again. And you get a really soft touchdown.
Well, Lemmy, you need to lower your game volume.
Yeah, I already did.
A bit more. I've just listened to your stream. A little.
That's from 30 seconds earlier, so let me see.
Okay.
I already have it on 6%, like 6 out of 32. The rest are.
Cool.
So it's already pretty low. Oh, yeah, so there you have it. That was the auto rotation.
GR, you better get out of the helicopter before I shoot it again.
I'm already dead.
Oh, you dead?
Suicide.
Damn, I didn't get my kills then. I gotta find ammo again.
Reloading. Reloading completed. We can go.
Rob, can you stay on the stream to see if the audio is still okay? I can't tell.
Yeah, will do.
I mean, if it's still too low, I'm literally have to have my microphone. I swallow it or some shit. So, yeah, back to the orbiting. That's mostly what you need to know. Other than that, maybe
No problems to report at this time.
about how you actually enter the orbit. There's no standard way, but basically, my favorite way is kind of like you zoom in first to from afar, like from the base, and then once you know where you want to orbit around, you first make your first. After your first strike, you fly away, and then until you're in the safe distance, turn around. There we go. That's not safe enough.
Dang. Sorry, were you trying to do something?
Yeah, but that's fine. I'll kill you. I'll find you. I'll kill you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Adrian, can you get some AA going?
What's up?
Get some anti-air going.
Oh, I gotta go commander for that.
Never mind today. I'll just.
You need me to go, Connor?
Yeah, sure.
I'll just sit in.
What do you want me to do?
I thought I was gonna get some AA action going, but I can just do it without.
Okay.
Another thing, I don't know if many people have asked, but Nobody has talked about it. It's pretty useful if you want to avoid anti-air really quickly. So if you're like at 90 meters altitude and diving straight down is not going to cut it. The reason is actually pretty unexpected for the most part, because the rate at which the AA locks you on depends on how fast you decrease your altitude. So even if you're just 5 meters from 75, if you descend too slowly, the AA will lock you on fast, like much faster than when you are decreasing your altitude really quickly. So one way to do it really quickly is to do a barrel roll like this. I might hit the ground now, but no. Okay. So that's one way. It's pretty dangerous. You need to know some basics, like what's the minimum altitude that allows you to perform that. And it's different when you do it while you're moving forward really fast versus doing it while you're moving sideways. So now it's pretty safe altitude to do it, and you see my altitude just dropped to almost nothing in an instant. And the way you do it, it's a little bit hard to demonstrate. Basically, again, dump collective at once. While you are dumping the collective, I'm pushing forward and also rolling to the right or left, depending on which way you're going. And also, for example, if I want to roll to the right, I'm pushing my foot pedal to the right, rolling to the right, also pitching forward. So you're kind of like a corkscrew motion. This is because once you go sideways and then past 90 degrees, you literally have zero lift. So you gotta get out of that corkscrew as soon as you can. So that's the only way to do it fast. It's easier to do it when you're moving sideways. So actually, it's nice to do a barrel roll when you're like orbiting somewhere. It's a lot easier to put it out. So this is a bad way to enter an orbit. So never do it this way. This is how not to enter an orbit. You never want to like go slow and then slowly enter an orbit. You want to do it aggressively. So let's say I want to hit that echo building.
Hey, where's the shake here?
And sometimes when you're so into it, you forget how high you're going, and then suddenly the AA goes along, and then what you can do is just do a roll like this, and then you're under 75. Sometimes you're still going to get hit, depending on how slow you descend. Okay, shall we do a tail this flight?
Let's see.
Wait, hold on. Let me just first get the tail rotor broken, and then after that we'll let you shoot the whole tail section off. I'm gonna break it myself.
They've blown the blades off the tail rotor.
So how do you recover from a broken tail rotor? It's really simple. Don't go too high. Say if you want an RTP, you just need to kind of pitch and crank and roll into that direction. You see the helicopter is already self-adjusting. If you keep it sideways, you can fly like this, but it's not the most easy. If you like lower the collective a bit, see it just automatically slants its head towards the direction, because the head is heavier than the tail, so that's the natural response from the aerodynamics. So it's kind of like, no matter if you're back facing the direction you want to go, or front facing or side facing, just imagine you're standing as a person, just tilt towards the direction you want to go. by pitching or rolling, either way. That's all you gotta do. Adrian, where you at? Let me hit the tail in the RPG.
I'm
Tails
close
right.
to the beach.
Okay.
I'm close to the beach.
Make sure you don't kill us all.
Yeah, that's
I'm
kind of
at the
hard.
beach. I'll keep it steady.
Rocket launch.
Get
What?
closer, man. Your angle is a bit dangerous. Go, Charlie. Happy birthday.
RPG incoming.
Come
How?
on, man. Learn to aim.
Rocket launch.
Oh, there we go. Right. So when this happens, it's happy times. It helps when you utilize free look. I know a lot of players don't. It's the same principle, but notice how much more violent you are spinning when you fly connected. So make sure you gain enough altitude initially, and then lower it to like 1 block or so to kind of pre-aim where you want to go. And then you see, if you look at my stick, I'm constantly oh shit, I'm gonna hit the hill. I'm gonna hit the hill. So I'm constantly trying to lean towards the direction I want to go on every opportunity
Crew, hold tight. We're
that's
rattling back.
convenient for me to turn. I cannot do it on every turn, so in theory, you can do it while, say, if I'm facing this way and I pitch, and I kind of like roll left a bit, and then when it's facing it back, then I pitch back a bit, but you cannot do that as fast. So it's easier to kind of pre-aim a certain flight path, and then once you're close enough, we turn on the HUD. This is a bit dangerous. They live the trees. See, if you're close enough and they still have obstacles, just increase the collective a bit, and then gain some altitude and make sure you're still heading that way. You can always, have another go if you don't feel safe to do it. But yeah, it's just easy as that. Once you know these things, you can bring back the chopper however damage it is, unless the engine is dead or unless you are dead. So there's nothing to stop you from bringing the bird home. So let's see questions.
Hey, we're in good shape here.
Adrian, you got anything else?
Nah,
Um,
no other questions, man.
how'd you avoid the Dushka?
Oh, that's a hard one. Yeah, there are some Dishka players that are super good, and I have to admit, it can be a pain in the ass to try to get them. You have to play some kind of mind game with them. So, Adrian, try to set up somewhere and don't be too obvious, yeah? We're trying to find you. So, a novice Dishka player will kind of place the Dishka in some really obvious, basically the positions where they used to be before the mobile Dishka patch. So that's kind of easy to expect. But experienced player will place them in the places that you don't expect at all, and then they will avoid shooting at you when you are facing them, and then start opening fire once you fly past, and they think you're not looking. Most of the times, pilots are not looking. That's why I really advocate using freeload, even if you are not using it like full time like I do. But know that when you are not facing them, that's when the enemy lets their guard down and start to open fire, so you can actually have an opportunity to know where they are. And when you retaliate, you don't want to always go straight in. So you need to play against enemy expectation. I actually haven't found where he is yet. And he's listening to me, so he knows exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, damn it. Nothing we can't handle.
And always do some random deviation when you approach. Okay.
Incoming.
Oh, I see you.
Enemy is
Ah, I'm a commander now.
Okay. So yeah, free look is really important, guys. I haven't seen many players use it. It's incredibly useful. I cannot stress enough. Because if you're restricted to only your forward vision like this, how are you ever gonna tell he was there? You know, the tracer can kind of show halfway.
You want me to call some AA?
Yeah, sure. Rob, can you take over? I'll respond with you. Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna call AA, okay?
Sure.
Ready?
Well, I'm not in the chopper yet. I can call it maybe after half a minute. So I'm just gonna grab the loach. I'll show you guys something that's really specific to the loach. It shows how much you can utilize on the loach.
Oh, I
So
got it.
notice the window in the back. It's almost 180 degrees to the rear. You can see left. Well, left is not as much. So when you fly past an enemy and they start shooting at you at the back, you actually have an opportunity to find where they're shooting you from by looking in the back briefly. It's going to be hard to keep flying when you're looking in the back of the trucks.
no problems to report it.
And yeah, general practice when you like approach somewhere you expect enemies, never fly straight for too long. Chỉ huy, cho này cúp đổi thứ hai. In the house, Charlie.
God damn it.
Wait, I got you.
No. I called AA too late. I mean, too
We're
early.
in good shape here.
Oh fuck.
It's gone. I'll take it.
You
Who's
made
going
maneuver.
down?
You made some maneuver. I'm not going down, man.
I shot the shit out of you.
I'll get my clone soldier back. I'm really excited about the new patch. You can turn off the instruments UI.
Hey, we're all good here.
And always stick to your own pad, the antigens.
Rearm and repair. Ready for takeoff.
What do we have here? Oh. Oh, wow. I thought you died.
I'm seeing some guys watching.
No problems to
questions?
report at this time.
You guys are shy. Did I already address everything?
I'm not sure. Probably did. Is the thing where I couldn't call the AA.
It's okay, we don't need the AA. I remember another one people asked about how do you
Incoming.
descend quickly. But that's kind of similar to how you do the power rail and spiral dive. Oh yeah, I haven't experienced spiral dive. It's kind of similar. Just dive, but don't get collected. Right? Make sure you have enough
Base, we're all good.
RPM to recover when you reach close to ground level.
Rocket.
Wait,
There we go. That's the way you can end the game.
Oh, I just received a message from Taylor. He re-rendered a lot of the new, the old custom maps that were kind of rendered useless after some patches, like air assault, Anku bridge, all that.
Cool.
I got a question here. What to do when engine goes red? Well, let's. I did that a little bit earlier. We can do that again. It's gonna be hard to to simulate, like to exactly kill the engine, not the rest.
I'll just shoot it with a gun.
Dishka.
Yeah. Hmm.
You both have the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideally, I should have the engine killed while I'm kind of like moving forwards, or at least have some momentum instead of just dead hover. I don't know how easy that's gonna be for you guys to hit it.
I don't know.
Let's try. Dishka can do everything.
Yeah, relatively accurate, I guess.
My goal, to shoot the driver.
No. To shoot the engine this time.
Oh. I have a sniper rifle. I don't think I can do that. I'll try to look for a Dishka.
Looks like there might be one on tower.
I'll meet you at Alpha then. Oh, you're at Bravo?
I don't know. I'm on Bravo, but I don't know what a HMG is.
Okay, so cluster friendly. Let me first explain a bit before I actually simulate it. What you need to do is actually the opposite. Basically, if your engine is killed, you should drop your collective instantly. Put it on 0. And then kind of let it naturally go down, or you move forward a bit to descend. And then before you reach the ground, you have enough RPM. You see my RPM is increasing the pointer with the R. That's what happens when you decrease your altitude while having your collective all the way down. Because the air actually pushes the rotors to spin faster, and that's why you can do auto rotation when your engine is dead, because you can keep the RPM of the rotor still going without any power from the engine, and then you can convert that RPM before you land to kind of like land soft. Where are you at, Rob?
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, you have a dish gun?
Yep. Alpha.
I have a dish
Okay,
gun.
I will just circle around the tower so you can shoot me while I'm moving. But you only have an opening on that way. You come back.
Yeah. It's got limited visibility. Can't take it down either.
I'm just gonna hover here. You got an angle?
Nope. Just out my view. Come forwards a bit.
Now?
You need to go forwards, I think.
I thought you were
Up to you.
on the... Wait,
I am.
what step are you in? Oh, here, I see it.
Reloading. Stay left.
I'm gonna try to help out.
Oh, engine dead. Okay, so now my engine is dead. I'm going down, and then... Oh, fuck. This is well, almost. Yeah, I need to be a little bit higher to demonstrate this fully. Maybe, can we go to the beach?
Speed helps.
Yeah, so one thing is, I talked about this in one of my videos. When you move forward or sideways or whichever directions that's on the same, that's horizontal in relation to your helicopter, you actually require less power from the engine to sustain lift. So that basically means whenever you are moving, you don't need as much collective to stay at the same altitude. And that means when if you take a hit to the engine and the engine dies while you still have some speed, it's gonna be much easier because you don't need to convert your only, like, your last resort, the only remaining RPM to counter the lift that you need to achieve a soft touchdown. So speed and altitude are convertible. So if you have speed, you can have altitude by converting speed to altitude. And so does the other way around. So that's basically either of those. You need to have one. You need to have altitude or speed. If you have nothing, if you are like kind of like at this altitude, let's say, well, this is kind of safe. This is safe anyway. But if you're at this altitude and you're hovering like a dead hover, you don't have any speed, and your engine dies, what can you do? Then you should actually dump your collective and dive down so you can pick up some speed, and then before you touch down, oh shit, and then you can just last second before you touch down, pull up the collective again, so that your impact will be softer and you won't die from it. Or you can just land like normal if you do it right. You have an angle?
Oh yeah. Still running to the beach.
Are you at the beach?
Almost.
Oh, you killed my best man.
Oh no.
It's alright, he's glitching in a weird space-time structure. So,
Down.
it's yellow, not dead yet. Engine dead. No, okay, this is perfect. So, watch the RPM. Now, this happened because the rotor was yellow. So, you see the RPM, the rotor was not actually moving any, was not increasing while I was diving. So, in that case, it's more difficult than normal. I probably could have made it if I dived more, but at the same time, it wasn't enough altitude for me to dive. So let me try again. Normally, when you receive this kind of hit, you're not moving that slow. If you're moving that slow, you would have been killed before your engine goes down. Because normally you would have been killed directly by the bullet to the head, or something like that. So typically, you're gonna have either more speed or more altitude than what I was doing. Engine yellow now. Keep going. Oh, I'm dead. Man, this is beefy, man. Yellow rotor is okay. For Huey, it's okay. For Cobra, is more sensitive. Again, when it's yellow, when it's damaged, lower collected is the answer. Not higher. The opposite. Lower and then wait until it recovers, then you can raise again. Man, that 50 cal is a bit of the rice bowls this time. What happened?
So hard to hit your engine.
I should come back with a machine gun. Unless they got some in these houses.
Hard bit is avoiding hitting Gorlami.
Huh?
I said the hard bit is not shooting you in the face.
True. Yeah, I'm trying to lean my engine into you. Engine damaged. Okay, it's more yellow now. It's yellower than previous yellow.
My sniper bullets really aren't doing anything.
Oh, wait, oh!
There we go.
It's too late. Wait, I still made it though. Oh, never mind.
Hey
I
then.
didn't hit the tree. Buster, thanks for your question. You got any other questions? Because we've been going for about 40 minutes now. I think I can do another 10 or so.
Mm-hmm.
That Huey was damn tough, though.
Yeah.
This map is beautiful.
You haven't played it?
No, I played it 2 times on your server.
Uh, I think
This
it's
is the
best
third time.
when the timer is disabled.
Yeah, I like how
It's
it
the
changes.
size of
Tiny
the
bit.
map, like 30 minutes is just too short.
Should be at least an hour.
Status check shows we're all good.
Yeah.
It's an amazing map.
How do you use the push ranger effectively? That's a tough one. You need 2 players to use it effectively. So first of all, if you are flying, you are serving the gunner, and your rockets should. Well, you only have like six trigger pulls, or 7 trigger pulls, and yeah, and you need to know how to do orbits with push ranger. That's the main way you're gonna make the gunner at best shooting condition. So I talked about it a bit earlier in the video. You can watch it later. Basically, orbit is circling a point, moving sideways like this, maintaining the circle.
No problem. Ship report.
So the miniguns can just keep spraying. And you need to know how to use terrain for cover, because you're extremely slow and not really maneuverable as Bush Ranger. Well, to aim precisely, you need to know where you're gonna aim first. So now I'm gonna check where the guy is. I see him.
Ah,
Hey, we're in good shape here. What was that? Check it out!
My Yorkies are my left and right mouse clicks, so that's kind of different to most people. Let me actually show you guys a quick setup. I used to do this in a very cumbersome way. So before, I used to go into the setting every time before I switch between infantry and helicopter to change my firing key to space and your keys to my mouse keys. And now I only need to press a macro key, which is F1, and I do that by having it in my Logitech software. So I have 2 Horizon Storm profiles, and see, this is my infantry load profile, and when I press F1 it automatically switches to this one, and now suddenly my left click becomes left keyboard directional key, left and right, and then my mouse clicks are here on my thumb, and my right click for zooming is my middle mouse. So it's like a really quick change. I don't need to worry about going into the setting every time. And my collective is on my shift, and space for lowering collective, shift for increasing. So I have it set up for a long time. I'm used to it, so I cannot recommend this to everybody. But yaw is definitely important, and make sure you don't try to overcompensate with yaw too late. So let's say I want to hit this thing.
Enemy spotted.
I'm gonna actually fight these guys. So
Rocket coming.
okay, you see the RPG.
Fire. Rocket launch.
Right, let's say you are trying to hit this building here, and then when you zoom in and you find that there's someone on the left side you need to adjust for, you cannot use yaw towards that direction anymore because your momentum is already too much to the right. So before you try to compensate, you should also, let's say I want to compensate to the left, I'll also bank them at the same time, roll left, so you can actually continuously use the yaw in that direction. If you move forward and only use the yaw, it's not going to work after 5 degrees. You see, I'm actually pushing my yaw all the way to the right. It's not going anywhere. It's not going any further.
We've got some extra ventilation, but we're operational.
And you need to facilitate the yaw by rolling into the yaw direction. Otherwise, it's going to slow you down and you're not going to yaw anymore. So if I do this, I'm going to keep, I can actually continue the yaw. Start it down.
Fire, watch for damage.
And by the way, this is my own server. It's open for public. Normally, I just locked it down for today, and I don't have kill feed. Maybe you really noticed that, and also you don't see enemies on the HUD. There's no red squares. It's a little bit harder to play, but you guys should really try it. If you can deal with this, you can deal with any other server.
Incoming fire. Head down, dead. Pilot dead. I have control.
I'm out of here. Right. Any other questions, guys?
We're hit. Rotor blades damaged.
I can't think of any.
Me neither.
Reload and repair.
Me neither. I also don't have any. But again, anyone who's here late or during the video, the live stream, you can watch it later. I will upload the video afterwards. In the beginning, I talked about orbits and some demonstration of that, and barrel rolls,
No problem to report at this time.
landing without tail rotor, landing without the tail, stuff like that. So, if I don't get any more questions, I guess this will be it. I'm gonna head off to play some actual games. I'll unlock the server after this, so we can actually play here if there's anyone. And thanks, AdriaN, for coming over to help me out. Thanks, Rob.
Yep.
No problem.
Alright, cheers, guys. Fly safe.
Yes.